Greetings, welcome, and thanks so much for joining me. It's Christian of Standing Stones Healing, here with another Choose One of 3 card reading for your monthly messages. Welcome, July. Holy cow, it is already July. Here where I am in central Pennsylvania, time is flying. And I don't know where you are in the world. Drop it down below for us and let us know where you are tuning in from. But is time flying for you too? Is it already July for you as well? Holy cow. Now, if you are new to these readings, this is how it works. You choose number 1, number 2, or number 3, and there is a corresponding reading for your monthly messages. Now, if you know what your number is for July, 1, 2, or 3, there's a link down below to go there straight away. But if you're not sure what your number is for this month, I'm going to set a little sacred space, do a little bit of drumming, and allow the number to arise for you. 1, 2, or 3. Please join me in taking 3 deep cleansing breaths to clear away everything that's come before, everything that's coming later, and to focus in on this blessed present moment. What is your number? 1, 2, or 3? Greetings, number 1. Welcome, number 1, to your July 2024 messages. Number 1, your Celtic Dragon Tarot card for July is, number 1, the 9 of Swords. The 9 of Swords, number 1. Number 1, I've got some clear messages coming up on this, but let's see what your other cards are first. Number 1, your angel card for July is Vanessa, who says, to make your decision, ask yourself, which way brings me closer to my divine purpose? Which way takes me away from it? Wonderful. Thank you very much, Vanessa. Number 1, your Archangel card for July is Clear Your Space. Got it. Archangel Jophiel says, get rid of clutter, clear the energy around you, and use feng shui. Thank you, Archangel Jophiel, for sure. Okay, number 1, here's what's going on for you for your July. Right now, at this point on your journey, you are feeling like you've been having some failures lately. You are feeling like things are not going the way in which you might like them to. What I'm getting is that this is happening in one particular area of your life, number 1, not necessarily everywhere. Someone listening actually just said, oh yeah, everywhere. But not everywhere for everyone. I'm getting clearly that for most people, not most number 1s tuning in, it's in one particular area of your life, number 1, where you are just feeling rather defeated, feeling like there are a lot of failures, and really just feeling like WTF. Now, number 1, there's some real encouragement here for you on this, because what I'm getting is that a lot of the sense of failure and a lot of the WTF kinds of feelings are really about mental clutter. Check it out, number 1. You see all of these swords lying on the ground, all broken. Number 1, those are like the thoughts that are running through your head right now and throughout the month of July. And so you are really being encouraged to recognize how your own thinking may very well be contributing to the challenges, the feeling of failure, and the feeling of WTF, things just aren't going the way in which I want them to. And so, number one, it's a time to really ask yourself how your own thinking might be contributing to your feelings of failure at this time, your feelings of things aren't working out, and your just feelings of like head in your hands, WTF, what is going on? Now, number one, you've got some real encouragement to help with this, okay? You've got, for sure, Archangel Jophiel, who is really strongly encouraging some decluttering. So it's time to clear your space, get rid of things that no longer serve you. And number one, this mental decluttering that is going to be really helpful for you in July really coincides with a physical decluttering. And so while number one, the cluttering really is being encouraged to happen on the inside with your own thoughts, there's a real encouragement here that as you clear physically and energetically, that's going to help with the clearing mentally too. And what's going on up here with all of the kind of like broken, jumbled thoughts that are going on for you at this time and throughout your July, number one. Now, number one, you've also got some encouragement here along with that decluttering is to do some things, do some work to really tap back into your own inner sense of self. It's time to reconnect, number one, because this sense right here, this feeling is one of disconnection. It's one of brokenness. It's one of just like, seriously, WTF. And it's one of even a scattered kind of sense about your mental feelings. Yes, your mental feelings. Your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, all of that, number one. And so there's encouragement for you to help kind of bring yourself back to yourself throughout the month of July. And so Vanessa here, this angel is saying, to make your decision, ask yourself which way brings me closer to my divine purpose and which way takes me away from it. Now, number one, you may very well be facing some kind of decision right now, and this is great encouragement for that. But here's the thing too, number one, is that what I'm getting from this card is that it's not so much about a decision as it is about that connection, that idea of which way brings me closer to my divine purpose. It's really all about reconnecting with yourself in July, number one. And so number one, July is a real time for you to be reconnecting with yourself, whatever way that means to you, number one. There's no right or wrong way to do this. It's about what feels right to and resonates with you, but it's really time for some reconnection with yourself. And that reconnection is really going to help you with all of this sense that's happening for you and going on in your life for your July. And of course, number one, that clearing, that decluttering on a physical level and on an energetic level is going to help with the decluttering on a mental level. So for sure, that will be helpful for you. You know, number one, I'm being called to encourage you to maybe consider grabbing either my Reiki Biz Kit or my Reiki Kit if you don't have either of those yet, because in either one of those kits is my chakra song. And this song helps to align and balance your chakras. And so that song, it's a nice little 10-minute song, Native American style flute that I play. I've sent Reiki to it. And it will indeed help to recenter you. And so this is a time for you to come back to yourself, recenter, focus in on yourself, and really just number one, ask yourself how to tap back into and reconnect with yourself. That's what July is all about for you. That's what you're being encouraged to do, because that's going to help with some of these kinds of feelings. So number one, I'm sending lots of blessings and best wishes to your July. Are you, number one, going to clear, clean, declutter? Drop it down below for us. Let us know. Drop a number one down below for us, number one, and let us know that you're a number one for your July. And I'm sending so many blessings and best wishes to your July 2024. Greetings, number two. Welcome, number two, to your July 2024 messages. Number two, we had quite a few cards that popped out for you. The twos have it for you in July, number two. So you had two Celtic Dragon Tarot cards that flew right out for you, number two. We have, interestingly enough, number two, wow, we really do have the twos for you. It's number two, the High Priestess. Ha 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 ha. I love it, number two. So the High Priestess, a very powerful card for sure. Number two, you also have the Three of Swords. The Three of Swords, number two. I've got clear things coming up for you on these two cards, but let's see what else you have for your July. You have two angel cards that have flown out for you, number two. So you have Chantal, who says, new romance is imminent, either with a newcomer or through reignited passion in your existing relationship. Be open to giving and receiving love. All right, number two. Sounds like a sexy kind of July for you. And we have Opal. Your children on earth and in heaven are happy and well cared for by God and the angels. Beautiful, wonderful, number two. Okay, number two, you have one more card for you for your July, and it is Archangel Zadkiel with clairaudience, who says, notice the loving guidance you hear inside your mind or from other people. Beautiful. Thank you, Archangel Zadkiel. All right, number two, what the heck is going on for you for your July? So here's what's happening for you, number two. This is a time for your July when you are being encouraged to seek some balance in your life right now. Now, we've got this High Priestess. Check out the High Priestess. We've got the two dragons, the light and the dark. We've got the number two. We've got the High Priestess with all kinds of power. So it is a powerful time for you to really tap into your own power, number two, particularly when it comes to this idea of balance. Now, here's why. Number two, you also have the Three of Swords, and you notice the balance here as well, number two. So July for you, number two, is really all about balance. It's all about finding balance. It's all about determining what balance means to you and recognizing your own power. Now, as I pulled the High Priestess, I had the image of a scale. You know, a scale, number two. It's so important on a scale to maintain the balance. You can put weight in one side and the other side goes up. You put weight in that side and back and forth until you even them out. And it's time to consider, number two, where you might need to add a little weight in your life, or where you might need to take a little weight away in order to better balance things out. Now, I want to say something here about balance, number two. Balance is different for everyone. And so what balance means to you means something different to someone else. So what that means is that no one else can tell you whether or not you are in balance or out of balance. That's for you to decide. And number two, no one can tell you how much weight to put on one side of the scale or on the other side, or how much weight to take out, or what your balance looks like. No one else can tell you that. And so during this month, listen to yourself and what balance means to you, for you. And if other people have their opinions about, oh, you're out of balance, oh, that's not balanced, what are you doing? Let them go. Let them have their say and just go on your way, number two. Because what matters is what feels right to and resonates with you. That's the important thing. But for sure, number two, I'm getting the sense from these cards that there is a sense for you of being out of balance and needing to and wanting to be in balance. There are, what I'm getting for you, there are some conflicting priorities in your life right now, some things where it's almost like you're feeling pulled in one direction and another direction. Maybe even in two different directions, but you're really being called to find the balance between those. Again, whatever that means to you. And so that might mean putting all of your weight on one side of the scale, and that feels balanced. And that's what matters. So don't let anyone else tell you what balance is for you, number two. That's for you to decide. But what about these other cards? What the heck is going on? Well, number two, you may very well be feeling out of balance in a relationship kind of way. Whether you got a lot going on relationship-wise or not so much going on relationship-wise, there's just an encouragement here when it comes to relationships to consider balance there, and also to consider balance if you have kids, number two, to consider how things are working for you in terms of balance with your kids. I don't even know, number two. Maybe there's some conflict right here. And maybe you feel pulled in two different directions right here with the love and the kids. Now, the kids, number two, don't have to mean actual physical, real kids, because our children take many forms, right? They can be our pets, they can be our friends, they can be our hobbies. So it's not necessarily about actual children, although it may be about your actual children, number two. But the idea here, number two, is that you're feeling pulled into different directions, in multiple directions, and feeling unbalanced because of that. And there's just encouragement here to explore those experiences and how you can bring everything into balance for yourself for your July. It's a powerful time for you to be doing that. You've got this high priestess energy with you, supporting you in that. It's a powerful card. And you're also being encouraged, number two, that you've got guidance coming to you on this. So you've got messages coming to you, you have guidance coming to you to help you with all of this balance, and you're just being called and encouraged to open up to that, to recognize that, to listen to it, listen for it throughout your July, number two. Now, number two, I was also called when I pulled these two cards. Now, I want to encourage you to be on the lookout for twos this month, because twos may very well be popping up for you throughout the month and here to support you. And I also want to encourage you to consider being on the lookout for the number five, that may be here to help you be in balance. Now, we don't think of the number five as a balanced number because it's an odd number. But if you look at, for instance, a star, 5 points on the star, but be on the lookout for the number two and the number five throughout your July, number two. So number 2, drop it down below for us. Let us know that you are a number 2. Are you seeking balance in your July? Please feel free to tell us all about it. Sending so many blessings and best wishes to your July 2024. Greetings, number 3. Welcome, number 3, to your July 2024 messages. Number 3, your Celtic Dragon Tarot card for July is... Ooh, number 3, it's the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups, number 3, a great card, lots of blessings, beautiful. But let's see what else you've got for your July. Number 3, you had 2 angel cards. You have Grace and Antoinette. To help heal this situation, see the other person's point of view with compassion. Okay, I've got it loud and clear. Wonderful, number 3. Number 3, your second angel card is Shanti. I am the angel of peace. I bring you new tranquility and a smoother road ahead. Beautiful, number 3. And finally, number 3, your Archangel card is Take Your Power Back. Archangel Raziel says, use your God-given power and intention to manifest blessings in your life. Beautiful. Thank you so much, Archangel Raziel. Okay, number 3. For your July, this is really great. It's not without its challenges, number 3, but overall, things are looking good. Here's why, number 3. You've got this card, the Ten of Cups. Look at all of these blessings just pouring all over the place. Lots of contentment, lots of happiness, and just lots of blessings. The cup runneth over, number 3. But here's the thing, number 3. When it comes to where you are right now on your life's journey, you're really being encouraged to reflect upon your current challenges. Now, here's what I'm getting. I'm getting that there are some real challenges, even one maybe main challenge in particular in terms of a relationship. Now, of course, this could be any type of relationship. A love relationship, a friendship, even like your relationship with an inanimate object like a car. We have relationships with things too, right? And sometimes we have challenges in those relationships. And so there's some kind of relationship for you in which you're feeling challenged right now, number 3. A lover or a friend, a family member, a possession that you have, your house, your business, your job, your whatever. There's some kind of relationship in which you are having a bit of a struggle right now. This struggle, this challenge, number 3, is leaving you feeling just a little depleted and a little less than snappy, let's say, number 3, less than like your real self, like your powerful self. And so it's time, number 3, throughout the month of July, to be working to take your power back in this relationship. Now, number 3, when I say that, it doesn't mean that you want to come out with fists swinging, ready to go. That's not what it means. It means that you're being encouraged to recognize the ways in which this relationship is impacting your sense of self, your feelings about yourself, and your feelings of your own power, and to work to cultivate your own sense of inner power. Number 3, true power is not about putting the smack down on someone else. True power is about building up our own inner sense of power. And so, number 3, it's not time in this relationship to put the smack down on someone else. It's time to work to cultivate your own inner sense of power and to allow that to emanate from you for your July, number 3. Now, number 3, you're also being encouraged in this challenge to recognize the blessings within it. As you work to cultivate your own inner sense of power and to feel more powerful, number 3, number 3, you may even want to focus in on sitting up straighter throughout your July. That may be one way that you might want to bring in a greater sense of inner power, or to use the breath. The breath is so powerful for helping to awaken our own energy and to break old energetic habits and patterns. And so maybe sitting up straighter, maybe some deep breathing might be helpful for you throughout your July, number 3. But you're also being encouraged to recognize that not only are blessings going to come from your experience of claiming your power in this relationship, but it's also you're also being encouraged to recognize the blessings that are inherent in the relationship challenge. So let me give you an example here, number 3. Let's say that your relationship challenge for July that you're experiencing right now is indeed with your car. Maybe your car is having some weird noises, maybe it's doing some weird things, and it has you feeling worried, it has you feeling angsty and anxious. It's time to take your power back, number 3, and to get the dang car fixed. But to also know that good things are on the way, blessings are on the way, the relationship challenges are improving and will improve, again, as you cultivate that own inner sense of power, but also, number 3, to recognize the blessings that are in the relationship challenge. And so with the car example, perhaps a blessing within that challenge is, number 1, maybe just being grateful for your car, but number 2, recognizing that maybe it's time to take better care of your car, or better care of your possessions, or that relationship that you might be having challenges with. That indeed may be its own blessing. Or to recognize if you're having a challenge with a relationship with another person, to recognize that maybe it's not all that bad, maybe it's not all a bunch of challenge, that indeed there are blessings within that relationship as well. But number 3, as you really cultivate that own inner sense of power, a greater sense of peace is going to come to you along with those blessings. Peace in and of itself is indeed a true blessing. So, number 3, there you have it. Time to take your power back, cultivate that own inner sense of power, and recognize the relationship challenges that you might be having at this time and the blessings inherent within them. Number 3, drop it down below for us. Let us know that you are a number 3 for the month of July. And of course, number 3, I'm sending you so many blessings and best wishes to your July 2024.